Jalen Williams just etched his name in NBA history forever, and we are one game away from OKC making NBA history. But before I get into this video, make sure you leave a like on the video because I know you're going to enjoy it, and I know you've been tuning in for the rest of them. So go ahead and leave a like, and make sure you subscribe to the channel because if you like this video, you're going to like the rest of them. But yeah, let's get right back to the video. And it's mainly because that Oklahoma City defense was suffocating on both ends. And they didn't really get too much production from their star player or any of the other stars on their team. And it's looking very bleak for the rest of this series for Indiana. Coming into the game, we knew a couple things. Indiana had choked away game 4, and that's a game to where you just don't want to lose if you're Indiana. OKC plays one of their worst games of the entire playoffs. And they still find a way to win by executing down the stretch. They got y'all in foul trouble. They had y'all shifting the way y'all played defense. Y'all went away from the usual way y'all played offense. And next thing you know, OKC is winning, and the series is 2-2 going back to Oklahoma. Now, we all know the same. Role players play better at home. In Indiana, their role players are playing phenomenal. TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin, Ben Mathurin. From the top to the bottom, everybody played great. So, in Game 5, OKC did the exact same thing with their role players. We saw everybody have a phenomenal game. Alex Caruso, although he didn't give you the 20 points he usually does, he had 4 steals. Aaron Wiggins gave you 14 points and a lot of crucial buckets that he just was not making before Game 5. I mean, we saw the way he was playing in Indiana. He was borderline unplayable at times, and that's why he was not on the court very much. But in Game 5 was a completely different story. He was making shots everywhere on the court, and he was borderline unstoppable. And then you had Case and Wallace, who had been struggling for a majority of the series after being put in that starting lineup, making shots that he usually wasn't making from the wing, from the corner. He had not made a 3 before this game, and he made 3 of them in this game alone. Those are huge performances you got from your role players, and you got 2 great performances from your stars as well. J-Dub gives you a 40 piece and is the MVP of this game, and some people are now considering him for Finals MVP over Shea. But that shouldn't overlook Shea. Shea had a great game in his own right. He had 31 points and 10 assists and 6 stocks. You get a 30-point double-double out of Shea in the playoffs. That was phenomenal. It seemed like at times down the stretch, Shea and J-Dub were just taking turns on what they were going to do and how they were going to put the ball in the basket. One possession, Shea might get the ball, do his little dribble, mid-range, pull up, gas. Next possession, J-Dub might get up, pull up, go to the rim. Maybe he draws a foul, maybe he scores. It doesn't matter. J-Dub's ability to get downhill and draw fouls and generate free throws was phenomenal. And it seems like ever since Game 3 has happened, he has been on a different level. And really, that's exactly what this OKC team needed. Now, Indiana didn't play horrible the entire time. They had some good moments. For instance, in the third quarter, after it was really looking bleak and looked like OKC was about to blow the roof off of the place, TJ McConnell gives the Pacers one of the best third quarters we have ever seen. And that's something they needed because, unfortunately, Tyrese Halliburton went ghost again last night. Some people were reporting he had injuries. He had a calf strain or whatever, but he just didn't look good last night, wherever what it was. So TJ McConnell coming in that third quarter, giving them 13 huge points to where they're not down by 1,000 entering the fourth quarter was very huge for them despite them losing. And then at the start of the fourth quarter, up until about 8 minutes left, they went on a huge run which shifted the momentum all the way in their favor. It was a 2-point game with 8 minutes left as they were only down 95-93. But then OKC does what OKC did. Like I said, all game OKC had been playing suffocating defense on the Pacers, and once we had reached that 8-minute mark in the fourth quarter, it showed. They went on a 25-16 run and caused 6 turnovers in this span. They were getting steals, breakaway dunks, breakaway layups. Maybe they were stopping, getting open threes. OKC was dominating on defense, and even if they weren't getting a steal or a block, they were deflecting passes, making Indiana shift the way they play offense, closing out real hard on certain shooters. Indiana literally couldn't do anything in those last 8 minutes, and that's why OKC was able to take such a big advantage and why they won by double digits. And going into Game 6, it isn't looking very good for Indiana at all. It just came out that Tyrese Halliburton has sustained a right calf strain, and he's going to have to get an MRI to see how severe it is. And if Tyrese Halliburton goes out, I actually don't think that handicaps Indiana as much as some people may think it does. Indiana is a great team, and Tyrese Halliburton is a big reason as to why they were so good. But I think we saw in Game 4 that, honestly, when Tyrese Halliburton wasn't on the court, they looked better, which is completely 180 from where we had came from a week ago, when the Indiana Pacers looked like they couldn't play if Tyrese Halliburton wasn't out there. Now last night you had TJ McConnell out there, and he was a big reason as to why Indiana was able to close down the gap to be only down by 2 points with 8 minutes left, and why the third quarter was such a big quarter for the Pacers. Tyrese comes in, you could tell he was probably struggling with something because he was struggling to move around. And then OKC does what OKC does. So Game 6 is going to be very interesting for Indiana, and I'm going to be very interested to see how they come back from this. Now, on the OKC Thunder, it's quite simple. Close out the series. I know before the series, OKC was saying that they wanted to win the series at home. And unfortunately, they weren't able to take them out in 5, but the only way for them to win at home is in 7 games. But I wouldn't wait for 7 games. Of course, I think the Pacers, regardless of if Tyrese Halliburton plays or not, they're going to put their best foot forward in this game, and they're going to give OKC everything they have. It's going to be a home game. The Indiana crowd is going to be loud. The role players, I'm sure, are going to look much better than they did in this game. And regardless of who's out there, you could probably expect another big game from Pascal. You probably expect a good game from Andrew Nembhard, who was struggling in this game. That shifts everything for OKC. So you can't let Indiana even get some momentum and feel like they can push it to a Game 7. Because you go to a Game 7, and yes, at your home, but what if you lose? Now you're like Indiana, how Indiana is now, wishing they wish Game 4. Y'all are going to be doing the same thing, wishing y'all won Game 6. So just don't BS around in Game 6 and go ahead and take the title. Now, as for improvements for both teams, I mean, I don't really know what to say for either team at this point. Well, at this point in the finals, we've seen these teams do so many things and make so many adjustments. And we've seen certain things that worked in the past work out for them, but we've also seen those same things not work out. We've also seen some things that they didn't do in the past that they tried in this series work out for them. We've also seen some of those things not work out either. So I don't even know what adjustments to say. The main thing for Indiana is monitoring Tyrese Halliburton's health and trying to see how you can navigate a life without Tyrese Halliburton for Game 6 and maybe even Game 7 if you do win Game 6. For OKC, just keep up doing what you're doing. I mean, as much as I can sit up here and say the offense doesn't need to be stagnant and y'all need to incorporate the two big lineup more, blah, 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 blah. They're going to do what they're going to do, and that has gotten them up to 3-1 in the series and on the brink of winning the NBA championship. And honestly, there's nothing I can really say to that. So I don't really have many keys to victory for the team, but I am excited for what a Game 6 could bring. Now, what's my prediction for Game 6? I mean, I've stood with OKC in 6 since the beginning, so I think I'm going to have to stick it out for this one, too. I think OKC wins in Game 6. They take out Indiana, and they capture the NBA championship and launch themselves into a conversation of maybe one of the best dynasties of all time. This might be one of the greatest teams ever seen win a title. I mean, I don't know. I just know the conversations are going to get very, very intriguing once OKC captures this championship and depending on who wins Finals MVP. Because some people are sitting up here saying J-Dub should win after this game. And although I think that's wrong, it's very interesting to see what could happen. But let me know how you guys feel in the comments about Game 5 and what you guys think is going to happen in Game 6. Like I said, Game 5, OKC dominated. Indiana really couldn't do much. Tyrese didn't play well, and Andrew Nembhard didn't execute very well down the stretch. It's a big reason why they lost the game. And on the flip side for OKC, their 2 stars played phenomenally. They played great defense. Their role players showed up. The same thing that's working for them all season long. We've seen it happen. So let me know what you guys think is going to happen in Game 6, and let me know how you feel about OKC winning the title as well. That's all I got for now. Until next time, peace.